Well, great day, great day. Nice hair.
Thank you very much.
As one
Pay for it.
I have a feeling one of your ancestors was Zacchaeus, the tax collector. Your collection game is tight. Next GRA, see you.
Can I just share something?
Yeah, please do.
It's actually the old hairpiece.
Wow. So
it's
what
the
did
same
you do?
one. I mean, they just cut it.
Shall I talk about, you know,
and styled it fresh.
I think people
when you buy quality hair.
Yeah, I think people like Mama, they should be working with the finance minister, you know.
Just say,
tightening fiscal expenditure.
While collecting, revenue.
And expanding
the tax net. Broadening the tax net.
Once you make sure
restructuring.
Exactly. Once you put things in the pipeline.
I'm just saying, maybe somebody needs the information that I've shared, because somebody might be thinking, oh, she just changed her hair.
I was wondering, you got me fooled, seriously.
Yeah.
I didn't intend to.
But I think the difference is when you buy quality hair, you can do different things with it, So buy hair from Oh My Hair.
How much do you buy?
Oh My Hair.
Which ones are the hair?
Go on Instagram, search for Oh My Hair.
I beg, that's not where my hair is from.
Buy some hair. Oh, is it not?
No, that's not
it's
where
not from Oh My Hair
if you're
on
going
Instagram.
To say that, then you have to give me the hairpiece.
Pardon?
You can't use my hair to advertise your hair.
How much do you buy this?
Oh, but I didn't know that it wasn't from Oh My Hair, which is on Instagram.
How much do you buy this? Because the highest I know is $4,000. So how much?
Well, you know me.
You know me. So you disgrace yourself.
Well, I use my $4,000 to get my hair.
You disgrace yourself.
Well, if you go to Oh My Hair on Instagram, it's cheaper than that.
I'm listening to you.
And it's the best quality. Ask for Mami. She'll sort you out.
I would not even buy 1,000.
Right.
All right.
Good morning to Mami of Oh My Hair.
If I was the one saying Salifu Combat, good morning to as well as your wife Flora.
Let's turn our attention to why we're here doing the newspapers. Let's do the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page of the graphic. Here we go. Front page of the graphic. December 17 referendum. House of Chiefs stirs controversy. Ochihene Ojiahoho square up with leadership. Oh my God. All because of votes. No or yes votes. It's amazing. And when this is happening within the chieftaincy sector, then you know that we're in trouble. Yeah. Dagbon marks Damba Festival after 17-year break. Strengthen basic education to prepare children adequately. A call by Professor Day. Well, let's stop looking at me. Center spread of the paper. Morocco, Ghana committed to regional peace and integration. Back page. 5 trafficked teenage girls rescued. Also closed fishing season for all fleets, same time, not possible according to the Fisheries Commission. To the Finder newspaper now, front page of the Finder. Clash of big chiefs over no votes in referendum statement. There are some big chiefs on the front page of the paper. There's the president, to be up for the 14. Or starting from waiting for opinion the 2nd, that's Nana Kwebwe Wusi, the 7th, and then Ojiahoho Yao Jibi, the 2nd. But now the Catholic Bishops' Conference, they've added their voice to this. They say education has not gone down well, so they're asking for a suspension. No, they're not saying vote yes or no. They're saying hold on. A while longer and get the education to the people so they can make up their mind. Springfield discovers 1.2 billion barrels of crude oil. Great developments lie ahead in Dagbon, according to the president. Cancel referendum or face no votes. One Ghana movement making this call. There's something that I've been wanting to say since last week. I probably will say it today. When we get into the details of the matters. But let's do the Today newspaper and then the Independent. So to the Today, Doomsaw hits my hand. A 4-man story there with the sector minister's picture. But the bigger one, December 17 referendum, Ochihene dams Togbi further, but NHC president hits back at dishonest colleagues. Ivory Coast understudies NLA, also another headline there. The last paper is the Independent. Ghana's debt level scary, according to the IFS. Rollins debunks alleged bad blood with Mahama. unending stories of jobs recruitment scam. Public blame it on unemployment. So that's how the paper looks like by way of the front page.
I have the Daily Dispatch, the Daily Guide, and the Ghanaian Times. I'll start with the Dispatch, and this morning, banner headline, analysis of 200 constituencies, and the 12th one is Ayawaso West Wuogon. Can Dumelo overturn a margin of over 10,000 votes and win? That's the question being asked, and if you want the answer, get yourself a copy of the Daily Dispatch. Also on the front page, National House of Chiefs on December 17 referendum. Which House of Chiefs though, is the question. Accra SkyTrain agreement signed is also on page 12, and let me quickly go to the Daily Guide this morning. Let's have a look at the front page, and it's saying House of Chiefs on fire over referendum. Every paper reporting this today. President earns Dagbon title, and Jet Li, Jack Ma, Ban Ki-moon in Ghana. Interesting personalities here in Ghana for different reasons. Ex-UN boss Lords Nana, Ban Ki-moon that is. And on the back page, some sports stories this morning. Stars poised to repeat Bafana dose as they face Sao Tome today. Bedita Pharma Limited supports Accra RFA. Good morning to our friends at Bedita Pharma. Coach sacked after 27-0 win. Hey, a youth coach in Italy was sacked after his side won 27-0 on Saturday.
20 what?
27-0.
What, were they playing like 5 players? 11-5?
But apparently the president of the club criticized him for disrespecting the team's opponents and sacked him for it. I mean, how can you score them 27-0? I mean, why not stop at 26?
It was a fixed match.
Yeah, well, basically, the president is like, no, you disrespected them.
It means averagely every 2 minutes, 1 goal.
How dare you score them 27 goals?
Every 2 minutes, 1 goal in the first half.
Jeez, wow. Anyway, Latif dragged to state authority for
Latif
child
abuse.
neglect. No, Latif blessing. This is, yeah. US-based Ghanaian attacker. That's a footballer, I guess.
His money is finished. He's done. Done and dusted.
Oh, yeah, that's it. All right, then let's wrap up from me with the Ghanaian Times and the banner headline this morning. Catholic bishops kick against CSE. Call on government to stop future reintroduction into educational curriculum. The thing that frustrates me about this CSE thing, it's not that people are kicking against it too. No, I mean, everybody seems to be able to articulate their reasons why they don't want that form of CSE that we have seen around the world. They don't want that in Ghana. We've seen everyone articulate it, but no one has talked about what should replace it. There's been no conversation about what we should actually teach our kids.
They're existing.
I thought they've said
we've always had
leave the details to us as parents. I thought that's what they were saying.
So that means do nothing. So that means keep things as they are today.
There's the basic thing which they teach in the schools. They teach you
puberty,
the body parts, for instance, and it graduates from the levels. But they don't teach us. They don't teach it like the way we've seen in terms of comprehensive. So people say, leave it as it is. The children are learning some things in schools, and we will continue with what we have to do as parents at home.
So I guess that's the point. We are doing nothing. We're keeping things the way they are. Okay, so the question is...
That's not doing nothing. There's
yes,
something
it is.
happening.
No, that means we're doing nothing new. We're adding nothing.
Exactly.
Well,
you're not
so yeah, we're going to change nothing.
What do you want to be added?
No, what I'm asking is, what we are doing today, is it enough? Do children have enough education to protect themselves, against
we do a debate on this. I think so. They haven't enough.
I think it's largely parents
abuse,
who have been, I think it's
against
largely
molestation.
Parents and guardians
Do they know enough to prevent teenage pregnancy? If you go to the central region, and for the past 4 or 5 years, teenage pregnancy numbers were alarming there.
So
is there enough sex education to prevent that?
I think what we have to do is to categorize. We have to categorize to targets, because there are parents who are doing their bit. I mean, there are children who know what they have to do. So if we box it all together, then that wouldn't be good. There are some parents who know what to do and their children know what to do.
But I mean, what do we do for those who don't? And how do we identify those who don't?
It was vulnerable people, like vulnerable children.
Yeah.
Those who have been neglected, those who don't have. So if we appropriately portion it, then we'll know how to target them. Even that, well, that has also become an issue.
So we sort of means test the sex education, and we decide, okay, this one, your parents are responsible, so we will not give you sex education.
No, but see,
and then give it to
the justification that came with the comprehensive sexuality education from civil societies, those involved, they say largely they're targeting those who are out of school, those who are in communities where they don't have any education at all. That was one of the things that they said, that you've seen this book. We use mostly not in the classroom, but when we go on the field.
It's for adults and so forth.
No, but it's for people who are not like in regular homes, who don't receive what other children receive.
Yeah, but I think in the end it became clear that that actually was what the Ministry of Education was planning to introduce, because they came out to say we are not going to continue with the plans to introduce this form of CSE. They've suspended it. That's what they've done. So that means that was what they intended to introduce. But my point is, what replaces it? Are we okay? Are we really okay with the level of sex education we are giving children today? Do we think it is enough?
My children are okay in terms of the level where they are.
Your children might be okay. Your children might be okay.
Gradually. I would not want them to be exposed to all the things that we've been exposed to in the past.
Yes, I think that's the first thing I said, that the CSE that we saw, everyone who kicked against it expressed their reasons why, just like you are.
Yeah.
So I get that the CSE is not what people want. The question is, what are we replacing it with? Are we actually saying that what we have is enough?
There's already something in existence. For me, looking at the textbooks, my children, how old are they? 6, almost 8 and 6. I like it. We're progressing steadily. As we go, I would see what's in
the thing is that I got to know how to wear a condom. By 1993, I was learning it. Only that at the time I was in GSS. Yeah.
So age appropriate.
Yeah.
And I think that's for me. I wish we wouldn't just drop the conversation and say what we have is enough, because the evidence of abuse, the evidence of pregnancy, teenage pregnancy, it shows that it isn't enough. There are girls who actually got pregnant and they didn't know that, first of all, they didn't know that what they had done was sex. Then they didn't know that the pregnancy that they have is as a result of what they have done.
We shouldn't leave it all to the classroom and the book that the teacher will teach the children.
But we should ask whether what is being taught in the classroom is enough.
Yes. I think what is taught in the classroom is absolutely enough.
For your kids, yes, but not for the kids who are getting pregnant. And we can't only make decisions based on
what your kids are being taught. The argument was not only because a lot of children were getting pregnant as a result of that. That's why the argument against this form, or the suspended form.
Please, let's stop talking about this form. I'm getting frustrated. Let's stop talking about this form of CSE.
It seems that all arguments are towards pregnancy.
I'm not interested in that. Most of the debate against CSE was actually against, what's it called, LGBT. Okay, sure. Not about what we are teaching children.
That's why it was suspended.
Yes. What has LGBT got to do with teenage pregnancy or abuse of children?
But what the current curriculum, what doesn't it teach young people about how to prevent pregnancy, how to report if they have an incident to the community elder or the chief?
So why are they not reporting it? Why are they getting pregnant?
I think that
let's do the newspaper.
It's a number of issues. The community
support Yana to consolidate peace in Dagbon, also on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Kwesi Appiah endorses Wembley Sports, and GMA suspends strike. On the back, Stars won't show mercy on Sao Tome, and Kwesi Appiah endorses Wembley Sports. That's it. I'm done.
All right, so let's go to the Go Strip business. As on the front page, NPRA, that's the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, incentivizes informal pensions to improve participation. That's the Go Strip business. Also on the front page of the same paper, government outlines measures to curtail petroleum smuggling, and stock market anticipate ECG listing. Suspension of the concession, PDS. That's what we have. Let's go to the Statesman. The Statesman says President gives hope to Dagbang, assures of great development. And he's been in skiing as Dagbang Maltin na Abudani the first. That's about to all of you out there. And now we have NDC MP disrupts NIA mass registration exercise, scatters equipment with macho men. Front page. The Daily Statesman. I'm done.
Oh, we have to do myJoyNews.com. We've got 5 minutes. I just wanted to say, and this is something that I've been wanting to say, you know, this whole thing about the referendum. And I feel that an entity that has greatly disappointed Ghanaians is the Ghana Bar Association as an entity. And I feel like, you know, we are saying the education hasn't gone down. People actually didn't even understand. And in the past, the group that stood for the people, when the people were either confused or they needed clarity, one of the groups that I remember from my readings is the Ghana Bar Association. And I think it is really poor that up till now, especially when we have individual lawyers coming out to explain these articles that, you know, will essentially go through the changes. The reason why we're going out there on December 17th, nothing happens, to vote. I thought that the Ghana Bar Association as an association would do education. They would have issued a statement by now, and it is absolutely disappointing that they haven't done. Up till now, we have individual legal practitioners, private legal practitioners who are doing this. I think I don't want to use shameful, but it's so disappointing that the bar hasn't done any education.
She doesn't want to use shameful. She doesn't want to use.
Really disappointed, and I've been so disappointed since last week. And I was hoping that, you know, they would come out and do something, and then I wouldn't have to say what I'm saying today. But I've been really disappointed. I'm wondering where we're going, because if we don't have independent groups coming out to tell the people what it is, because they know the law, they understand, they can give education to it. Then we have chiefs, because obviously we know that there's a lot of colorization. Is that the word? So I'm not surprised that even the House of Chiefs can't be one. You know, there are so many divisions. There are people coming out saying we didn't do this, we didn't do that, we didn't do that. I mean, where are we going?
But you know, there's a big question being raised by the House of Chiefs, and the fact that they don't seem to agree on what happened. The fact is, they can't both be right. I think that is clear.
One is wrong.
Well, I don't know.
And that's true.
What does it mean? Does it mean that one of these groups of chiefs is lying? Is that what it means?
The statement was issued by the National House of Chiefs,
That's
right?
right.
The president and the vice. And they refer to a legal committee that did the work and made the recommendation. You know, for me, that's not credible, because
a statement
that's from the
that says we didn't know about it. So then the national, again, or someone on the side of the national, came back and gave this whole chronology of events. And I mean, they're embarrassing themselves, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
They're embarrassing themselves. And I mean, for people of that stature in our community to not be able to stand as one.
It tells you how deeply this whole politics and this whole...
And this is what we want to now send to the grassroots. We want to send this kind of partisanship that can divide chiefs, that can silence lawyers.
Chiefs, hasn't it?
You know, we want to send that down.
I like that.
Yeah, we're sending that down to the grassroots.
I'm just worried about the primaries. You can imagine how many individuals who want to contest on behalf of MPP and NDC.
And how many chiefs will support people on the ground.
And one of the arguments was that it's going to make the smaller parties also participate. How? If it's Ashaima, which is always dominated by NDC, where is PPP or DDD going to get a chance? Not possible.
It's sad that we're here.
Well, sports is dominating, so we have to do sports next.
Oh, there's more news. Just log on to myJoyNews.com. Can I say good morning to Salifu Combat, who thinks Kojo Yankson and myself don't want Roland to mention his name? Absolutely, we want.
Oh, we love you, Salifu. We love you. Let me say this very quickly.
The head of pharmacy.
Let me say this very quickly. O_my_hair. Sports is next.
Really?
O_my_. That's hair.
Oh, my hair.
Hair.
Fred, take us away.